Good morning. Oh dear. Good morning, morning, morning. And there he is. Oops. Oof. Jeez. I forgot to sleep enough. It is Thursday, January 30th, 2025, and here is the news. What is the news? I know it used to be reporting on things that had happened. Sorry. That was, news report used to be. So what happened? Okay. Gosh. I don't know. I think I called this the mystery of deception or something like that. I can't remember. I just typed a few words in to just give it a title so as I could go online, so as I could say what was in my mind. And what was in my mind was how much of your life in this day and age is honestly private. Like really private. Like nobody. I want to spend, let's say, a couple of hours of complete and utter privacy. Well, the only way you can be really private is alone, because if you're with somebody else, that other person may go and broadcast whatever it is, and if they broadcast whatever it is, it was no longer private. But that's in retrospect. So, in the moment, if that person is on the phone, that privacy is over. If that person is on a computer, that privacy is over. If that person is watching television, which I believe is a two-way thing, we're in a position now where we've allowed so much technology to come into our lives, and we have to accept the good with the bad, whatever. Let me draw the curtains. This little electric light is dazzling, but maybe if I open the curtains, we can get a better light. Oh, dear. I should have woken up and thought about this a little bit before I started speaking, but I don't really want to. See, I have friends who are very private in their private life, but they have public businesses too. And their business, although public, you can see their business, but you can't see them. They're private individuals. A bit like the invisible CEOs of all these corporations that seem to run us. But then, when those corporations overstep their mark, you want to pull those CEOs in and go, wait a minute. You're invading my privacy. Got my feet up. Achy this morning. So trade-offs. I mean, everything's a trade-off, isn't it? And then, of course, we have social media. We have the interwebs. Hello, I'm here because of the interwebs, but I'm also here because of social media. Social media is kind of limiting what I can say and can't say still. I mean, even though they're all claiming to give up their spying. When I was a child, I was raised, post-war Britain, 1950s, early 60s in Britain. And everything was talking about the Cold War and spying and looking out for, you know, the enemy. And it's like, well, who's your enemy? And then it's like, well, the enemy within. Got to watch those in, so now it's you. So you're the enemy and you're your friend. So you allow everything in. All the spies in the world are looking at you, and you don't want them to, because you want your private moments. Well, there are no private moments when the door is left wide open. I'm okay with everybody looking at what I am and what I do and everything about me. I don't care. Honestly, I care less what people see of me. My life is an open book. And I'm very happy to show you all my scars. But I'm now talking about people in positions of power who are using your lack of privacy to spy upon you for ridiculously minuscule things, just in case it becomes a dangerous thing. So we're talking about a thing, I think it was George Orwell, or one of the wonderful dystopian writers that I read when I was a child. We're talking pre-crime. Now, I can't remember, and it might only be a myth, an urban legend that is just surfacing about, some country in South America or somewhere. I can't remember properly, but it says it is employing artificial intelligence to collate information on people and then assess whether it's probable that this person will turn to crime in order to survive, or has more criminal tendencies than others. And so they'll be kept a special eye on. Well, that's pre-crime. That's prejudging somebody. I mean, judgment is bad enough between individuals, oh, fucking look at them, they're a drug addict, or oh, look at them, look, he's filthy, disgusting, Well, okay, let me explain those two. There's the drug addict. That's a disease. That poor person has no control over the amount of drugs they're taking. Well, if it's a measured dose, then it's a medicinal thing, isn't it? So it's medicinal. So, okay. So your prejudice is wrong on that person. Oh, he's filthy, he's disgusting. Well, he's just come down from cleaning your chimney, or he's just come home from work where he works as a mechanic, or he's been crawling through the spaces, whatever, to fix things. Prejudice starts with finger pointing. And who's pointing the finger at all of you and me and saying pre-crime? We are, because we build our prejudices. But we don't abuse our power. We have to have an opinion, but we don't need to point fingers when we have an opinion, because it's not concrete. Everything is it's this fixity that we have about all those people are rubbish, utter rubbish. See, we can't be accusational and angry unless we have direct evidence of a specific thing. And even then, we still have to work from kindness, not from cruelty. Even then. Yeah. And boy, have I made mistakes. But the prejudice starts very young, when you're very, very young. It does. I mean, you're raised to judge and jury too. And it's like, whoa. Yeah. I went to a school when I was very, very young, where it was normalized in that school for the older boys to beat up the new boys. Well, of course, the older boys are, 4 years physically ahead of the new boys, so their strength is difficult to evade if you're one of the new boys going into school. But I had a tactic. It didn't work, but I had one. I knew of it. I knew this was going to happen. I don't know how. Probably another friend from my street gang that, we were just a gang of kids. We weren't a gang like now today, but we were a gang of kids who all lived in the neighborhood. And I think one was a year older than us and told us, oh yeah, when you go to school, they're going to get you and they're going to take you into the toilets and they're going to put your head down the toilet and pull the flush and then laugh at you and kick you a little bit. And then so it's an initiation process. And I thought to myself, well, I don't really want that to happen. So my tactic, I remember it well. I walked into school. Yes, we get free play in the playground. And of course, the new kids come in and it didn't happen. I didn't get bullied that first day. Then none of the older lads. But I saw them messing with some of the younger lads. And I thought, oh, well, maybe they don't want me. Well, of course, they couldn't do all of the new kids in the school on that first day. Second day, sure, they came up, they grabbed hold of me, and I went, wait. And I said, it's okay, I'm going to do it. So I went, I walked ahead of them into the boys' toilets. I put my head down into the toilet, and I said, go on, pull the flush. And nobody did. And of course, my hair had gone into the basin. So I got up, pushed my hair back, and then I looked at them and I said, okay, I feel good, and walked out. It was gross, but I earned a little respect from the older kids that day, but not much. I mean, gosh, they still had this thing. And then as I got older, and then I think my infant school in England, it was called, was 5 or 6 till 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there was 3 schools. We had infant, secondary, and then comprehensive school. I mean, it's a ridiculous system. 3 different schools, 3 different sets of bullies, 3 different sets of initiations. I mean, yeah, they're pretty severe. But as I was in the last year of that infant school, now I've got to remember correctly, Ooh, did I forget something? It was my first day of secondary school that this happened. Preschool was just playtime. That's all. Waste of time. Infant school, kindergarten, as you call it. But now they have pre-kinder here. Oh yeah, babysitters. Huh. So that didn't happen in my kindergarten, as you would call it in America. That happened in my secondary school. The scenario I just told you about, flushing the head down the toilet thing. But there were other examples of the bullies being bullies. But when I left that school, I'd gone up in the years. I actually changed schools a lot. But when I left my secondary school, when I was 11, and then I went to senior school. Okay, so it's infants, juniors, seniors. God, I'm going to get it right eventually. That's how my schooling was. It was very simplistic. Infants, juniors, seniors, right? 3 separate schools. So infant school is like kindergarten. Junior school was, I don't know, 7 to 11. And then, 7 years old to 11 years old. And then 11 to 15 was senior. And then there's the option for college. That was how it was structured when I was a child in England. Infants, juniors, seniors. But even as I went up through the schools and went up in age, I never adopted the bully tactic of initiation. See, the bully tactic of initiation is how the pyramid of control is enforced in schools, or was enforced in schools, and it's now enforced in different ways. Mean girls, and bully boys and gangbangers and all this stuff. And it's like there's, even without the teaching system, there is a lack of privacy about going to school and a lack of individual privacy, so you can't keep yourself separated from the herd. And that's an intention. They want you in the herd, right? But they want you to know your place in the herd. And it's not just based on age, it's based on savvy. It's like whether you're street smart. And the difference between street smart and academic smart is another way they divide up. So everything is supposed to put you in your place. And then you get to a point in your life where you're like, okay, I want to just be me and just, explore life. Well, the thing is, all the rules and regulations that were in place to get you to this point where you choose, they've all gone. There's no privacy anymore. I can't just walk into a library and pick up a book and sit down and read it in the library without somebody knowing that I'm in the library. Because, there's CCTV cameras. There's, the process of getting a library card so people know you belong to the library. Checking out your library card now has become a digital interface. Everything you do, going to the store, buying your food, everything you do is now monitored. So privacy is a myth. But it always has been. It's just there's certain places and certain ways of stopping it. And the only way of really stopping it is to turn it all off and walk away. But you can't walk away from life. Life itself is interaction. So there has to be a measure of respect for a person's privacy. Now, okay, you enter a relationship, you're in a marriage, and your partner wants to do something that you don't want to do. So you say, yeah, it's fine, just go ahead and do it. Do you keep tabs on that person because they're your spouse and you care for them? Or do you keep tabs on that person because you doubt whether they're actually doing the thing? This. So you're always going to have to be in a place of trust. Well, I'll go right back to the very beginning when I was small, when I was a boy, and I was trying to be savvy by asking somebody older and wiser, because they'd been in a position I was going into, what would happen. What do you think my first day? So I'm prejudging something that I'm about to do, because in general that's what happens, and then I'm preparing for that. So it's in preparation you understand that which is about to happen, right? So in preparation, but that doesn't mean you get paranoid, because it might not happen, because we have no control over the future, right? But in general this happens, so you can be prepped for it. Well, now in general, okay, zoom out. In general, everything you do is prejudiced by somebody, and that's why they're spying on you. So when you go out and buy your cup of coffee, cha-ching, they know you're drinking coffee. They know what type of coffee. They know whether you take it with cream. So the prejudice of the prejudging you, the privacy. But then the government wants the mystery of deception to be, oh yeah, we can't tell you what we're actually going to do. Well, if you're doing it to us, if you're going to spy on us, we're going to spy on you. We want transparency of government. Yeah, but our enemies, we don't have any enemies. We're not a warring nation. Oh, you're going to prevent, this is how you prevent war. Oh, that's right. CIA, 3-letter agencies, FBI, Homeland Security, all of these. It's like, and there's hundreds of them. The biggest employer in the United States of America is Homeland Security. Why? Because people are frightened they're going to have their shit taken from them. Frightened. Fear. And one side of the equation, because it's both the same, this is the same ball of government bullshit. One side says more privacy. The other side, more public. We're going to tell the truth. And then, the billionaires who own these fucking things here, and social media. Oh, more privacy. You can't say that. Oh, less privacy. Oh, yeah, you're allowed free speech. And it's this fucking. So back in 2019, and I can't find the photograph for the life of me. I did post it on social media. Maybe I'll try and dig more today. But when the ultimate control system becomes ultimately controlling and says, you got to do this, you got to do this, you're not allowed out there, that's fear. And they're using it to maximize their control. Because whilst you're in there and they're watching you, They're opening all the channels to find out exactly what's happening to you, to what the world's doing. It's like, gosh darn it. Fear. Stop doing fear. Stop it. Be logical when you need to be. But you also have emotions, and you also have connected emotional. So you have emotional. Okay, fuck, I keep doing the same exercise for myself. Emotional, physical, mental, spiritual connectivity, and emotional, physical, spiritual and physical transmission. I want to transmit and I want to receive. But I don't want an ocean of bullshit to coming in. I want to cherry pick. I want to choose where I grow. So this earth, and I am rooted in this earth, I want to choose where I grow. And I'm not going to have people say, you can't go there. You're not allowed here. You're not allowed there. No, you're not allowed there. Nope. This is where you're allowed to grow. In this prison, these are your invisible bars. I'm not having that. My roots are in this earth, and my earth, our abundant planet provides for me. And you're not going to get your sticky hands on that which is ours. And that's what they're doing. They're stealing everything from you, not just your privacy, because that's just like, oh, it's okay. We just need to know your shirt size, or we just need to know your shoe size, or it's, well, we just want to know if you've been. We just need to know that you're wearing your, and we just need to know that you're. Fuck off. I do not need a government. I'm an anarchist and a pacifist. I go out into the world. I help people. I avoid violence. I avoid anything that's to do with conflict that I don't want to be involved in. I protect myself. I protect the ones I love. But it's not a violent thing that I want to be part of. The system is violence. The current system is violent. I am not violent. I'm angry sometimes. Sure, and I lose my temper sometimes. Yes. But I am not a violent man. I want to spread love and peace. So I have to be love and peace when I interact. But you go out and you interact with all these people who are just going all the time. And you go, I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to try and make sense of your problem if you want me to help. But if I can't help you because you just turn around and throw violence at me, I'm not going to interact. You're not the one. You're not it. But I will continue to help when asked. So I made public some music yesterday, and I hope people listen to it. I've made it public in one platform, one digital platform. It's like, it's really difficult because the digital platforms don't allow for any compensation. Not that I'm looking for compensation, although it would be nice to be paid for the amount of love I put into my work. I'm not about that. Somebody, I don't even know where they're from. I do know their name because they sent it via PayPal, because that's how Bandcamp works for me. Somebody bought my music yesterday. I put it up for free. Well, you can pay zero. You can just download it. Or you can pay. And you can tick a box and send money, which is nice. But I put up a song, an EP, 4 songs yesterday, and a person bought it from me. And I'd like to extend my gratitude to that person for choosing to pay for my product. I think that's wonderful. But it was one person. Okay? So we have to put value judgments. Oh shit, I've gone over 30 minutes. Right, that's it. Value judgments. Oh, maybe that's another one for tomorrow. What do you value? I value my freedom to choose. That's what I value. We'll talk about that tomorrow, maybe. Good morning. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Bye for now. Boop, boop. Bye.